This is the place where sports opinions collide. Data Sports 365. Kenneth Bench here. Really just to provide an update real quick on Deshaun Watson. Adam Schefter had breaking news today that the NFL and the NFLPA have reached an agreement on an 11-game suspension for Deshaun Watson. And there's a settlement that includes a fine of $5 million that will go to a charity. Nothing has officially been signed, but it has been agreed upon. And, you know, I think my thing was that at least, my initial response was at least they got 5 more games. I know they were aiming for a year-long suspension, possibly indefinite, heavy fine as well. But, you know, the outside counsel of this group that Goodell put in charge to make these type of rulings made a ruling that they ultimately didn't agree with, and therefore went and found a way to do their own, which makes you wonder why they just didn't keep it in the first place. But that's neither here nor there. The fact is, they got 5 more games. He's going to miss 11 games. You know, I know there's a discussion about whether that's enough, it's not long enough, he should be banned, blah, 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 blah. That's something that I think comes down to, you know, where you sit with your opinions on and how you feel about this particular thing. I have my own thoughts and opinions, but also, you know, while I may disagree with some of the things that, you know, do take place, I understand that there are certain things that are written in. And I think sometimes it's dangerous to try to compare offenses to one another. Like, you know, people are throwing out Ridley and people are throwing out Glasgow Burst, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, they're not exactly all the same. Ridley was fully aware of what he was doing and fully aware of the consequences of, yet he did it anyway. It wasn't anything as atrocious, as horrible as what Deshaun Watson is accused of doing. But the fact of the matter is in the rule book, and he wrote the rule books, and they followed that to the letter of the law. Glasgow Burst, I'm not too familiar with the case, but I know he shot himself, and you know he got banned or whatever. If you do an offense in Olympics, this is worse than all of those. Even though Glasgow Burst could have easily killed someone else himself in the accidental shooting, but you know, it won't be enough for a lot of people, but at least it's more than 6. You know, and I know a lot of you guys wanted more. You know, unfortunately, I think that unless somebody comes after the fact to do more, I think this is just where we are. And we're just going to have to deal with it and just be unsatisfied with it. And then, you know, individually, you know, each one will have to make their choice on what they want to do moving forward in regards to the NFL and the Browns, et cetera, et cetera. You know, the Browns get a lot of things wrong, but the way they set up this contract, they damn sure manipulated that one to the finest. And, you know, I think my thing is, who else is going to try to do something like this in the future? And will there be preventative measures put in place to prevent something like that from happening in the future? Because all of his money is untouched. So a brilliant move by them, whether you agree with it or not, just from a business side, I think it was a brilliant move by them to even do something like that. It's unfortunately that, you know, they're rewarding him for what he did by protecting his money, but nevertheless, this is just the reality of the world that we live in. This is just the reality of businesses, and businesses will do what they need to do to make money, and to protect their investments. And that's it. And sometimes it is literally win at all costs. And the Browns are in a situation where they are perfectly okay with doing that. And if they get a Super Bowl out of this, you know, then there's a discussion that has to be had about whether or not it was all worth it. But here we are. This may be the end of it. And by week 11, the Browns may still be in the race for this thing. We don't know. But what we do know is that he got 11 games, $5 million. It goes to a charity. We don't know which one. And here we are. So we probably won't have to talk about Watson until until around the time he come back, and then we'll see. But word is he looked like shit when he got out there, which is reasonable because he ain't played in a while. So I don't know, man. But this is where we are, and unfortunately, it is what it is, and that's it. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.